All right, guys. Okay, I said I wasn't gonna go live, but come on, bro. Come on, bro. How can I not? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. It won't be a long one, okay? It will not be a long one, okay? This is a short one. This is a short stream. I got a co-host with me. I got my co-host with me right here. He doesn't say much. But he's very efficient. He's very efficient. He's very effective. He's effective in what he does. So I got my co-host here. Y'all gonna say you were wrong? Where are my favorite people at? Oh, there he is, Cap. Hey, Caps. How you doing? Trey got traded for a bag of donuts. What did what was the trade? I don't even know what the trade was. I just saw he was to the Wizards, but no one was like reporting on what they got. So I'm here. I don't think you were a Sochan hater, were you? You're not a Sochan hater. No, I meant my people as in at work still. Okay. So you didn't watch the game? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You conveniently didn't watch the game today? Where my people at? Yeah, where Chandler at? Where Chandler at? I love Chandler. He has a lot to say. Every stream he has a lot to say. Where is he at? Yeah, I did the last quarter. Okay. That's great. It's awesome that you saw the last quarter. Yeah, where you at? Where's he at? I'm just trying to. I want my boy to be comfortable. Like I'm trying to put him on my shoulder, but it's a little uncomfortable for me, you know? It's a little uncomfortable for me. I know he's accustomed to making opponents. Well, I'm not his opponent, but he makes opponents uncomfortable, but I can't just put him on my shoulder, you know? I wonder if I can. Hold on, Sochan. I wonder if he can sit on the mic. Can he sit on the mic? Oh, he can. He can just sit on the mic. Hold on. Let's put your feet through. Well, can't really put his feet through it. It kind of looks weird. Hold on. Maybe 5. How's that? There we go. Perfect. Here, we do it like that. What's this stuff on you? What is it? Oh, it's from the headphones. There we go. All right. Got our co-host. Got my co-host here. That puppet does more than Sochan. Caps, you didn't watch the game. Go sit down. Oh, hey, Chandler. Sochan made 2 threes, OMG. Only 28% from 3. What do you think of Castle? Do you think Castle's a good player? Because I think Castle's a good player. He can't shoot a lick, but I think he's a good player. All right, guys. All right. So I got to talk about this, okay? I got my co-host here, okay? He's gonna be here for this segment. I need all my people, if you actually watch the game, because a lot of you don't watch the game. I need my people to come here, come into the stream, and I need you to say sorry to my co-host here. I need you to come in. It's okay. Don't be shy. We're a place of forgiveness here. Come in and just say that you apologize. Now, if you don't, you're going to continue to look very foolish as the coming weeks. But we are open arms. You can come back. You can get out of that casual dome that your head is in, and you can come to the real world. And you can tell my co-host here that you apologize. Just say, I don't know ball, but I'm learning and I'm trying. That's the best you can do. You can try to be the best person you can possibly be day after day. That's all you have to do. I apologize. Generational screens were set tonight. We accept your apology. Do you accept his apology? He accepts your apology. You could see me move it, couldn't you? Yeah. It'd be cool if it actually was like a puppet. But anyways, really great game overall. But yeah, I do want to talk about Sochan because I think that there is true value here that we're finally getting is finally getting some recognition. Now, before we do, big shout out. Shout out. I cannot speak. It's pretty late. Big shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring this segment. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check it out. Link in the description. Just use promo code CLAN. You get 100% match up to $100. Or if you don't care about daily fantasy sports right now, you can just go over to the Sleeper app and go to the social media, which is just the homepage, but the social media section, and you can see all the latest news. One of which is the Atlanta Hawks trading Trae Young. What did they get for CJ McCollum and really? I'm really looking forward to their pick. But anyways, go download Sleeper, link in the description. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. It really bothers me over the course of the last several weeks. Not necessarily that the San Antonio Spurs have not been giving him many minutes. Like, when the Spurs have been successful, I understand you stick with what's working, but there was always something that it felt like the Spurs were missing, right? Is my camera kind of crooked? But it felt like something that they were missing. And what I mean by that is, after the OKC Thunder wins, it seemed like the Spurs didn't really have their edge anymore, right? Like that nastiness that they were going into games initially with, where they were on attack, where they were the underdogs. And now they're on top, and a lot of teams know what they do well, and the Spurs are going to continue to do what they do, right? But you're going to have to come in with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. And I talked about this before. What made those San Antonio Spurs teams, those championship teams, so special is because everyone knew night in and night out that when you're going against the Spurs, you're going to get one of the best teams in the NBA, and you better be ready. So teams were ready, and yet and still they could still blow you out. Yet and still they could still get you 50 plus wins a season. And that's where the Spurs are right now. They're finally getting a little bit of success, and now teams know who you are, and they're going to come at you a certain way, right? And there's been too many games, especially after the Thunder game. There's been too many in which I've seen Wemby be thrown to the ground, where I've seen other teams be out physicaling us. I don't know if that's a weird way I just said that. The way that even the Memphis Grizzlies, like, that team should not be on our level at all, even if Wemby's not playing, and yet they played more physical than we did. And it just seems like we needed a little bit of nasty, which we're not the 2014 Spurs. We don't have a bunch of extreme, I mean, we got high IQ players, but we don't have a bunch of extremely high IQ players and just got the beautiful game, and you don't really need that nasty player necessarily. I think Tim Duncan was pretty, he did not care. I mean, he just totally disrespected the Heat, saying, yeah, we're going to win it this year. Like, he did not care. But you get my drift, right? We didn't actually need like a Robert Horry type of player or nothing like that. But I do think that this team, there's value in somebody like Sochan. And I've said it time and time again. When the only argument that you have is that he can't shoot threes, but then you justify like Barnes getting minutes when he's not playing well from three, or you justify De'Aaron Fox when he's struggling, you justify him being on the court. You justify Steph Castle being on the court when he's a really bad three-point shooter. Like, you justify all these different players, but when it comes to Sochan, you can't see the value that he brings, right? And it really bothers me that Spurs fans went down that route with this. And I know it's just been a couple games, but the stuff that he's showing is the exact stuff that you need, right? This is why, and thank you for the super chat, I'll read it in a minute, but this is why I, love what we're getting from KJ, in which he brings his nasty in a different way. But Sochan is the type that he's going to be a little bit chippier, right? Even in this Lakers game, actually, I don't even know what happened. It was at the end of the game, but they were very pissed off at him, right? He just does these small little things. I went to the Memphis Grizzlies game, and you probably saw it on television as well, right? Like, where it was obviously out on him, the ball, and he baited the Grizzlies bench to challenge it. That's just nasty. And we can't depend on Wemby to do it all the time. If you think about the moments during this year where we had that chip on our shoulder, where we went and got in teams' minds, it was mostly Wemby, right? He's the one that's playing. It's been mostly Wemby, and we don't want to just lean on Wemby. Let someone else do the dirty work sometimes. And there was just so many occurrences, man, that just bothered me, where I just said, there is a mental aspect to this game that we need to address. You have to come in and you have to play, not only play hard, but you have to be pretty antagonizing at times. And that's good. It's good to have a player like that. And this game, you saw it with the Memphis Grizzlies. Sochan has never, I've been watching him since Baylor. He's never been a player that just is there for shenanigans, right? He's not like a dirty player like Zaza Pachulia or nothing like that. He's not that type of player. But he's going to get in your head. It's just his personality, but he's also going to play high basketball IQ basketball. So I'm glad that we're finally getting him his minutes. I don't know if it was just Mitch Johnson hiding the food bowl from the dog just to get him hungry. I have no idea, but I am happy that people can see that, yes, he has a place on the team, and it's asinine to think otherwise. And it was very difficult for me to even grasp how well Sochan is as a shooter when he doesn't play. So when we're saying like he didn't take any steps forward, I don't know. He hasn't played. You have him in a game for 16 minutes and then 6 minutes and then no minutes for multitude of games. And then when you do play him, he's center, he's backup center, and he's not playing with, he's the type of player that needs this. He's not playing with the best players on the court. He's the type that needs to be playing with at least a Wembanyama or at least a Castle, or he needs to be playing with other good offensive players. And yeah, I mean, that's just what you're going to get out of him, right? You know, people really disrespect someone like, and I don't think he's as good as Draymond. I think hopefully one day he can be, but like people disrespect someone like Draymond Green and say, well, he wouldn't do anything without Curry. Well, having a Draymond Green next to Curry is what makes him so deadly. That's what makes him so dangerous. But yeah, anyways, you just want a guy that does the dirty work. And I'm happy that, like Chatter just said, he shut up some haters tonight. That's really good. 2 for 2 from 3. And it wasn't just that he hit the threes. He hit them with confidence. I'm pretty sure the coaching staff had a talk with him. And they're like, hey, you're going to have not necessarily the green light, but instill some type of confidence. Because when we've been seeing him shoot and he's been missing like 50 threes, it was like a little hesitant. It was a little off. It was just like, what is going on here? But he came into this one after missing that big 3 against the Memphis Grizzlies, and he shot it with confidence, man. It looked really good. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't do the look away 3 like Steph Curry does. But real quick, before we look at any stats on this, Larry says, Clan, you know I'm a narcissist when I pay you to wish me a happy birthday. Turned 45 Saturday the 10th. 2-game win streak. Shout out Jeremy the Worm and Big Body Olympian Keldon Johnson the Mustang. We're winning the chip 71-11. Please, everyone in the chat, wish Larry a happy birthday. Please wish that man a happy birthday. All right, let's go to these stats real quick. Spurs, we'll just go to ESPN. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, so we go to this game. San Antonio Spurs were absolutely great tonight. So let me go ahead and say this. The Los Angeles Lakers are a team that do not show much effort, dude. Defensively, they are lazy. DeAndre Ayton, I want to slap all of you people that wanted DeAndre Ayton. I remember when I entertained that. It was back when we had DeJounte Murray, and we talked about, okay, what if we did this? Because everyone wanted Ayton and Levine. Oh my God, bro. Can you imagine DeJounte Murray, Levine, and Ayton? Oh my God. Yeah, shame on you people. Ayton is lazy, like extraordinarily lazy. Like I was watching him in this game and I'm like, he is not even trying, and no one's even holding him accountable. But then no one's holding themselves accountable. No one's holding each other accountable on this team. This is a train wreck. I cannot believe that the Lakers are 23-12. That has to be just from having Luka and LeBron on your team. Like I do not understand for the life of me how that's possible. They were terrible. They were god awful. So I do want to say that. Okay. So, but with that being said, the Spurs handled business accordingly, right? We could have scored more, but we handled business accordingly. So overall, what did I think of this game? I think everybody was really good. Honestly, I thought everyone was really good. Harrison Barnes, 2 for 5. I mean, it's really nothing there. I probably should just talk about the players that stand out that watching this game. Luke Cornett. Oh my God, bro. Like they punched our boy's eye out and he still was out there playing hard. He was great, bro. Luke Cornett is great, bro. I love him so much. He was a punching bag and he still goes out there, plays hard. I mean, I thought he was going to miss his free throws. He only had one eye. I thought he was going to miss his free throws. He knocked both of them down. He just looked really good. But he did his thing. Nothing really there. Just want to give him a shout out because, man, do they beat our boy up. And he still goes out there and like nothing happened. De'Aaron Fox, he's still in his pretty bad slump. Well, would I call it a slump? It's only been 2 games, right? Yeah, it's only been 2 games, but I mean, he was 4 for 18 the last night or the other night, and now he's 5 for 14, like 0 for 6 from 3, 1 for 8 from 3. A couple games before that, I mean, 2 for 9 from 3, 1 for 8, 1 for 6. Like his 3-point shooting has fell off of a cliff, but hopefully he gets that back. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with De'Aaron Fox, but he'll be okay. I mean, that's the benefit of having as much talent as we have. Steph Castle, he was good, 6 for 10, 0 for 2 from 3, but it is what it is. He's not a great 3-point shooter. And actually, I don't even know what is he shooting like? He got to be shooting like 20%. 26%. Yeah, he is not a good shooter. Funny enough, he's shooting poorly, like worse from 3, but his overall field goal percentage is higher. So he's more efficient at finishing. So I really thought that that's what he was going to focus on anyways, at least from all the clips that we saw over the summer and seeing him work on things, that he was mostly focusing on finishing what he already does well, or aspects of the game that he does well. He was just amplifying that a little bit because his 3-point shooting did not look like offseason that was a primary focus. So maybe this upcoming offseason, that'll be his primary focus, because if he put that together, he is very dangerous. I mean, I think a lot of these games going forward could very well, or not a lot of these games, but some of the bigger games will come down to whether or not Castle hits his threes or not. Like, that's how good he can be. And if he's hitting his threes, like, I mean, what do you do? Let's see. Lindy Waters didn't play. Keldon Johnson. Oh my God, Keldon. Woo. Mick Baller, thank you for the super chat. I'm so tired of watching Barnes brick threes. Well, I don't see a lot of Spurs fans saying he shouldn't get 30 minutes. Like, Spurs, I do not see Spurs fans saying that. Yeah, this month he's shooting 29%. But the month prior, he was shooting 41. Oh, wait, no. I'm looking at oh my God, I was looking at the wrong percentage. This month, he's shooting 18.8%. Last month, he shot 35%. But he was 44 before that. So he'll be okay. He'll be all right. But I'm not bought in that Harrison Barnes should necessarily start, to be honest. But I've said that so many times. Now, recently, I've been saying that more and more, but he's fine. Anyways, Keldon Johnson was wow. Not only was I so happy to see what Keldon Johnson was doing, but what really made it, I don't want to say special is too strong of a word, but what really made it effective and what made me hopeful, I'll say that, what makes me hopeful is that the team focused in on that. Like, when they saw what was working, they did not come off of it at all. They kept going to it. Keldon Johnson, they just couldn't guard him. Lakers are lazy defensively, and then also with as much talent that we have, you can't just put your best defender on Keldon Johnson, you know. So he was just bullying guards, you know. He was just absolutely bullying guards, and especially when you have Wemby out there, like what do you do? Are you going to put a big man on him while, you put a guard on Wemby. Like, you can't do that anymore. Wemby's too strong now. So it was really nice that the Spurs did not let up off of that. They were like, hey, attack, 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 attack. And it worked out. 11 for 13. He was awesome. He was great. I love what I saw from him. Sochan, I'm going to say this once. I'll say it 50 million times. I'll say it quadruple more times than that. I'm sorry. Jeremy Sochan, I do not care about the stats. And I've always said that he is one of those players that it just does not show up on the stat sheet, unfortunately. It just doesn't. his impact just doesn't. It's always advanced analytics. And unfortunately for us, well, I guess for me, some of the Sochan haters, they love it. But unfortunately for me and people that actually do want him on this team, this year with him not really playing as much, and then you put him at center, and people trying to use like certain analytics against them, which isn't fair because they've had him out there with Kelly Olynyk, in which they're going to show that he's a power forward, even though he's playing center when he's out there. And people say, oh, look, he looks worse at center than he does at power forward. Or he looks better at center than he does at power forward. No, that's not true at all. So he's just been in a really terrible spot this year. But now they're finally giving him some minutes. Those 11 minutes, they were felt. And hopefully we can bump that up, because Sochan should definitely be getting 15 to 20, like at least 20. Actually, I don't even want to say 15 to 20. At least 20. At least 20. He could be getting that. Let's see. Carter Bryant barely played. Oh, okay. I thought he missed one, but no, that was the offensive interference. I was actually shocked that that was called like that. Like, I don't know. He wasn't even on the rim that long, but it is what it is, I guess. He is not finishing dunks. I don't know what's going on with that. Like, it's like he is not finishing dunks. It's so frustrating. Victor Wembanyama was absolutely great tonight. 7 for 15 was felt. It actually felt like he scored more than that, honestly. But he was just effective all over the place. 4 blocks, per usual. They weren't trying to score anywhere near him. It was just good to see. Dylan Harper, he's still in a slump. Dylan Harper's been in the slump, right? That's safe to say. He has not been what we expect. Yeah, these last 3 games felt like his dad was at the game. Like, he was missing everything. Yeah, 38% so far this month. Not good. From the field, that is not good. Last month he was 41% from the field. Like, yeah, he's in a little bit of a slump, but not gonna go in on our boy. He'll be okay. But overall, the Spurs brought that nasty. They brought that toughness. I love to see it. You should love to see it. It was just great. It was just great. So, I just want to say, our boy right here is going to keep proving you wrong. And I think what I am actually the most impressed by is this time that he's not been playing. One thing I was fearful of is that whenever he does have his playing time, he might look a little lost, right? Because like he hasn't played with these guys, like yes, in practice, but he hasn't really played with them on the court. This season, at least with this group together, he's played with these players, but with them together, he hasn't played with them. But he's a high IQ player. I was hoping that he'll be okay, but he far exceeded my expectations for a player that has not played at all. And then you put him in there and he looks great. He looks like he's been soaking everything in and he's here for it. So now that he's starting to get just like Castle, just like Wemby, just like, who else am I going to throw in there? Actually, I think just like Keldon, I'll do that. Fox got to show me a little bit more, but Fox is. But just like the players I named, he's a winner, right? And I think that he's going to hold on to these minutes. Like, he is not going to let this moment slip, and he is going to be locked in. So I have no doubt in my mind that Sochan is here, and we can all shut up. Awesome, Clan. Now we can expect more from Sochan, right? You can expect what you saw tonight and from the game against Memphis. That's what you should expect. He's a very effective role player and agitator. That's what you expect. Good defender, high IQ player, agitator. That's what you should expect. No, you shouldn't expect him to go out there and be Michael Jordan. No. You shouldn't expect him to go out there and be LeBron. No. Okay? Dude, just compare Sochan to Wemby. Did I do that? Or did I just say that he's a... I'm sorry. In that case, you know, you can't compare anybody to anybody. What are you talking about? What a dumb thing to say. You can't compare anybody to anybody at that point. I never said Sochan plays like Wemby. He's on Wemby's level. I also said Castle. You think Castle's on Wemby's level? You think Keldon Johnson's on Wemby's level? I just said that they're winners. It's a mentality. They are winners. I'm sorry. Clan, you're delusional. All right, Caps. Caps getting put in timeout. There you go. You're on timeout, Caps. Caps on timeout. I'm trying to see if anybody else want to be put on timeout. That's the first time I've seen Jim, so I'm gonna let that slide with the Sochan comment. I'm gonna let it slide. That's more like it. All right, that's more like it. Anyways, yeah, really great game from everybody, and yeah, I liked what I saw. So let's keep it going, okay? Gonna be all right. Oh, Chandler got quiet. Yeah, Chandler know what's up. Oh wait, Jim said something. Literally leave the guy wide open. He is so trash. I'm just gonna assume you're talking about Jeremy. All right, timeout. Go sit in the corner. Anybody else? Who's next? I like Sochan, but okay, hold on. Timeout. I'm just kidding. I like Sochan, but if we can get a good 3 and D player, I would think he should be traded. I'm gonna put you in timeout, but I'm gonna put you in timeout for like 10 seconds. There you go. You can't comment for 10 seconds. And those are 10 Mississippi seconds too. He's hold on. That's 1 minute. That's a 1 minute timeout. Uh-oh, Chandler says, I love Sochan. 0 rebounds, but those 6 points reminded me of Rodman, I swear. Oh. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, Chandler. I wasn't familiar. I wasn't familiar with your game. Sochan, I y'all are so disrespectful. Right in front of him, mind you. You're doing this right in front of him. 10-second timeout. Anyways, great game. I enjoyed it. That's all I really have to say about it. Oh, wait. I need to plug more often. So guys, as you know, I have a merch shop and it's only going to be up for 6 or 7 months. So if anybody's interested in getting any gear, please head on over to clanthemerchfan.com. Link is in the description. So all you do, just go over. If there's anything you like, get yourself some merch. I'm going to fulfill all the orders at the end of the month and work on them then. It's just better that way. So I'm going to be trying to, get it out there as much as I can. Just let you guys know what's out. But if you guys are interested, please support that, because I'm going to be moving. As I said, I'm going to be moving to Japan in about 7 months. So, all of that money that I make from this is going to go directly into the trip, plane ticket, hotel that I have to stay at for a while, like all that. So if you guys want to help your boy out before the merch shop closes in the next half a year, please do, man. Link below, but it's clanthemerchfan.com. Okay, just see if there's anything that you like. If there's none you like, hey, just subscribe, like this video, and that's good enough. So, but yeah. Bro, you a grown man. I like Sochan, but come on, fam. The glaze is crazy. All right, check this out. Hold on. Check this out. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Look what a grown man can do. 30-minute timeout. Yeah. Yeah. I actually do dislike comments like that. Whenever someone starts off with like, you're a grown this, like, I don't know. It bothers me. Preface it like with that for. Wait, what? So when you respond with legit replies to back up why I think Sochan worth it, Chandler ignores you. Crazy. Oh yeah, no, he does. Yeah. They don't want to actually yeah, they don't want to actually like engage. Sochan is like Rodman, a great defender. Sochan isn't as good as Rodman, okay? But that role is essential and that role is important. We're not dealing with the I keep saying this, but we're not dealing with the 2014 Spurs here, okay? We don't have like this prestige brand of basketball that, you know, you just have all these high IQ players and you're so efficient. You're such a everyone's such a great cog in the machine that we're just playing at a crazy level and that's good enough. No, you're gonna need that edge, and that little bit of edge is that swagger, is that nastiness, is that chippiness, and yeah, he brings that. You know, he helps bring that. Wemby also brings it, but he can't do it all game. You know, you need somebody that's constantly agitating. Get an agitator, man. Have an agitator. That stuff's important. Let's see. Someone kept yelling, no, every time Vanderbilt took a shot near the Spurs bench. That's what led to the altercation after the game. Oh! Really? Let me see if we got a clip of that. I don't know if that'd be copyright. That's probably copyright claimed, right, guys? I can't. Oh, okay. Wow. Oh, okay. Well, we got a little bit more information on what happened with that Vanderbilt thing. Chatter just told us. I was not aware of that. That's actually very funny. Very funny. So before we talk about this altercation, if you guys are interested in Sleeper, go check it out. Link in the description is Daily Fantasy Sports. Just use promo code CLAN and get 100% match up to $100. Or you can just use it as I've been using it actually recently. And that's just NBA social media platform because you get so much good stuff on here. After he got traded. Why'd they do that? Why'd they do that? Y'all see that? Hold on. Look at that. Head to the locker room after he got traded. That's so stupid. Anyways, go check it out. Link in the description. So our boy in the chat here, because I'm gonna give you a shout out. Oh, let me go to reacts. My stream deck is not working. He says what actually created this altercation between Sochan and Vanderbilt. I'm assuming you were at the game, maybe. He says Sochan kept yelling, "Hell no!" every time Vanderbilt took a shot near the Spurs bench. That's what led to the altercation after the game. That is so funny because that seems like that's something that players do all the time. But Sochan is very irritating. So I guarantee you it was a little bit more than that. And I think what frustrates people the most also is the fact that Jeremy's a pretty like tough guy. Like he will fight back. So yeah, they don't want those problems. But Vanderbilt wanted those problems. So let's see what happens here. So this is a tail end. Ooh. This is the type of stuff you want. We don't need to be the nice guys all the time, bro. We don't need ethical basketball all the time. You need to be the bully. Make people hate you. Teams should hate us. They should hate going against us, because the strong teams, it'll just be a battle, right? You don't lose anything. If we're mentally strong and the opponent that we're going against is mentally strong, so be it. It's just going to be a battle, right? But then when you have the teams that aren't that mentally strong or don't have their own tough guy, they get mentally drained. Look at the OKC Thunder, bro. The Spurs play them 3 times. We're getting in their heads. I mean, it was mostly Wemby, right? Wemby's getting in their heads, getting in their stuff. And at the end of the day, at the end of the game, I mean, you got what's his name? J-Dub going to press conferences, getting upset, saying this game wasn't that big of a deal. I've been to the finals. I mean, you have SGA saying, Wemby and the San Antonio Spurs are better than us. Like it is bad. Like, you destroy these teams. Look at Chet Holmgren's face during those games. So you don't lose anything by doing this. And then you get great games, right? You go against the Golden State Warriors and Wembanyama get into it with Draymond Green. Who was the first person to come up? I'll let the chat answer. Who was the first person to get in the middle of that? When Wembanyama, I spoiled it. When Wembanyama got into the face of Draymond Green, who was the first person ready to scrap? That's important. But this is great. You love to see it. You love to see it. And Sochan is just laughing. He doesn't care. Sochan is just laughing. He doesn't care. He's always ready for a fight. He's an agitator. That's what he does. Hold on, I want to see. Because they had a different angle. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. That's what he does. But yeah. Sochan is the man under the rim. Sochan. He was the first one. So I just don't buy into he doesn't have a place on the team. And if it was just, let me say this, if it was just shenanigans, if it was just this, that's all you bring to the table, then sure. Like I'll be like, it's good to have guys like that, but I think he's unplayable. I don't think that of so. I never thought that. I thought that last game, or not the last game, but the game before last, when he only got 6 minutes, I thought that he played desperate, and I didn't like that, and I was very irritated with him in that game. But overall, I've seen enough of him where I know since Baylor, he's a high IQ player, and you can always use somebody like that. So, and his defense is really good. But yeah, it's just, you love to see it. You want a dog. You want a dog. Okay. You want a dog on your squad, and that's that dog. So just good stuff. Yeah. You're going to get an honorary Polish citizenship with all the Sochan defending you've been doing, and I'm okay with that. Thank you. I guess so. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I just think this type of player is important, and people should wake up. So big shout out to myself. As you guys know, I'll be moving to Japan at the end of the year. So if you want to help support that trip, head on over to Clan the Merch Fan, get yourself some merch. I'll be fulfilling orders at the end of the month, but I will be closing down the shop in the next 6 months. So if you guys are interested, please go support your boy. It will mean the world to me. Oh, I just saw this comment. Are you still going to do Spurs content when you're living in Japan? Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, this channel is still going to be going. It's just the merch shop. I don't really see how I could do it. I would have to do it like third party, because making it overseas and sending it out, I mean, that would just be stupid expensive for everybody. So that would, no point. But yeah, need them stickers. Oh, I don't really have the stuff for the stickers. Yeah, I could do that. But I don't have the stuff for the stickers right now. But anyways, I appreciate the love. I get that question so often. I'll just say the two main reasons is that why I'm moving to Japan. Well, I guess 4. Excuse me. The food is delicious and very healthy, so it will support a pretty healthy lifestyle. I absolutely love the nature there. The safety is incredible, like very safe. I don't think I've ever been to a place safer than there. And also healthcare. Their healthcare is pretty decent. It's not like universal healthcare, but it's pretty cheap, especially compared to, going anywhere here. So, Asian wife. Oh yeah, into Maria. No, dude. But yeah. So, good stuff. Permanent move or temporary? I want it to be permanent, but as far as it being permanent or not, I'm not 100%. I'm not sure. I need to live there first before I can make that assumption, because visiting and living there are completely two different things. I have a friend who's lived there for about 2 years now, and yeah, it's definitely different. Oh my God, I got wisdom teeth removed on meds for $800. No insurance. Good God, bro. Sochan moving to Japan too. He belongs in that league. Dude, I would, if it wasn't for the super chat, I would put you on another timeout, but I'm gonna leave you alone. Clan, have you ever purchased anything off Bai? No. What is that? Clan, have you... Oh, wait. I just read that. He had a revenge game of 6 points, 0 rebounds, bro. Relax. Chandler? Chandler, you're pushing it. You're pushing it, buddy. You're pushing it. Take Sochan with you, please. All right, hold on. Enjoy the gulag. Enjoy the gulag. Taking Spurs culture to Japan. Love it. Just leave the Sochan jersey. Is it true that the lady or huh? Anyways, you should go to the Okinawa aquarium. I think it's one of the, not the biggest, one of the, if not the big. I didn't know that. Japan's healthcare is amazing compared to here, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's like crazy. Like, it's so bad. Our healthcare is so bad. People miss appointments, man, because of how bad it is. Okay, so screw it. Screw it. Last thing we'll go over. Should the chat be over here or should it be over here? Put the chat over here. Okay. All right. Last thing we'll go over is Mitch Johnson had something to say about this game, right? So I definitely want to see what our boy had to say. And it's 7 minutes. I'm actually shocked it's that long. 7 minutes? Well, I guess, ESPN televised game, that's what's going to happen. But real quick, big shout out to Sleeper. If you guys are interested in Sleeper, go check it out. Link in the description. Just use promo code CLAN and you get 100% match up to $100. Daily fantasy sports, really simple stuff. You just go to the day in which the events are occurring and you just make your picks, right? Now, if you're not interested in that aspect, there is a social media section that has all the news, all the injury reports, all the breaking news, all the stats, all the play-by-plays. You can look at the play-by-plays during games. You can keep up with what guys are scoring, what their percentages are, what their plus minuses are. Like, it's some really good stuff. So if you guys are interested, head on over to the app Sleeper, link in the description box. All right, so let's take a look at what our boy Mitch has to say. Here, I'm gonna bring it up, and then he's go to react.
Doing the second half.
Oh, that's loud in my ear. I don't know if that's loud for you guys. Why is it so loud? Turn it down a little bit. Oh my god.
Get the offense stuck a little bit.
I think we just continue to double down on the pace. We didn't make a lot of shots, obviously, from the outside. But we talked a lot about that and have talked a lot about that in terms of not allowing that to dictate our body language attitude.
What's that? It's hilarious how the chat loves Sochan for his grit. Meanwhile, they can't handle a small dose of clean trash talk. I don't know if they're talking. I don't know if you're talking about you trash talking people in the chat or if you're just saying they can't handle. I think people typically like trash talk, don't they? Don't generalize the whole chat for not being able to handle some trash talk, man. I'm here with it. I don't know what's going on.
Dude, energy, pace. And I thought we did a good job of just staying with it. We obviously got to the paint quite a bit, and over the totality of the game, that I think lend itself in our advantage of just continuing to play fast and spin bodies and kind of try to dictate the tempo.
27 points, 28 minutes for Keldon. So time for
Keldon went 11 for 13, y'all.
him to have a serious discussion for sixth man of the year.
I don't know who else would be in that conversation, but it'd be hard to not be at least in the conversation. I mean, he's as consistent as it gets for us in terms of, his rebounding, his efficiency. He made half of our threes tonight, so that's something. I don't know how many players typically make half their team's threes in a night. I do. But he's been phenomenal, and he's been consistent, and that's something, unfortunately, out of our control, but we haven't been able to have a lot this year in terms of availability and continuity.
Yeah, that's true. He's been available. He's been consistent. Yeah.
And his consistency has allowed us to try to resemble somewhat consistency on the court. And he's been a mainstay. And
dang, Keldon never been to the playoffs, has he? He's the longest tenured Spur, right? And he hasn't been to the playoffs. Because we were pretty mediocre. Because he came the tail end, like after we had just made the playoffs, didn't he?
Yeah, it's every night with that guy.
Speaking of the guy who made the other half of your threes, you talked about rewarding what he gave you last night. How did you feel he generally responded to that?
I thought he did a great job. I thought he got a little overzealous, I guess would be the word, just defensively. Doncic is so good at using that against you, but I thought he competed his butt off, did a great job offensively, shot the ones that came to him, and he was in rhythm, made them, and other times he made great plays off the basketball, whether screening or driving in the paint and kicking it out. And again, this is a long season. We're going to need a lot of people.
Who are we talking about?
made him, and defensively,
Responded to that. Talked about rewarding what he gave you last.
that guy.
Speaking of the guy who made the other half of your threes, you talked about rewarding what he gave you last night. How did you feel he?
Oh, it's talking about Sochan.
So good at using that against you, but I thought he competed his butt off, did a great job offensively, shot the ones that came to him, and he was in rhythm, made them, and other times he made great plays off the basketball, whether screening or driving in the paint and kicking it out. And again, this is a long season. We're going to need a lot of people at different times, and we have all year, and it's been great to have him be a contributor the last couple games.
You've said in the past that, and just going back to Keldon really quick, you've said that he's impacting winning more than he ever has. What in your mind has led to such a big jump in efficiency and consistency and everything with him?
I think in this league, it takes young players, just like young people in life, a while to settle in. And I think he is as comfortable and content in his own skin, in his role, in his organization, on the team, and so on and so forth as anybody in the league. And I think when you have that clarity and that peace, he's just playing hard. And it kind of releases you from pressure, agendas, outside noise, whatever, expectations. I mean, he's just playing the game, and he
Having your contract helps too.
plays it so dang hard, and he's put the work in, and now you're seeing the benefit and the reward of that work over, years and years and years. And it's really rewarding to be a part of and to see.
Did Victor hit his max number today, or did he have a few left over if you needed them?
Oh, good question. He had like 26, right? 20.
He was about at that threshold.
They're so full of
Numbers
it.
gone up 2 games in a row. Can you anticipate it rising from here, game by game?
Again, we got to continue to see how he
go with the
responds
flow.
and reacts. So I don't want to say anything because we got tomorrow, and then we got to travel. We got 2 days, and so the hope is that we continue to build that up. But again, we will be mindful of his minutes, which means there will be a restriction. He's not going to play 40 minutes anytime soon. So it's just, you guys probably are getting good at it. You can kind of guess how this is going to go.
When you have a stretch team-wide, maybe like the last few weeks where the three-pointers have not been going down, how do you talk to the guys, or how would you like them to sort of respond to that and maybe shake their way out of that?
Not overthink about it, shoot it, be somehow anchor more to the work you put in and the confidence of the type of shooter you are, and not whatever has just happened. And we've had a little bit of that in terms of
Yes, Highland. Sochan is definitely back.
trying to make shots or wanting to make shots. We've missed a lot of good shots. I mean, when you go back and you watch them, a lot of them are great rhythm, good passes that we made throughout the year. And I'll take our percentages and our guys over time. And so it's a rough patch, and that's why you got to do other parts of the game than just shoot shots, and you win games like this because it means you're doing some other stuff pretty good.
Especially like tonight when the threes aren't falling and you guys are able to lean on.
Yeah, team cap. Like, it really just comes down to, you just want Sochan to be respectable. Not respectable. You want team. I guess that is what I meant. But you want teams to respect the 3-point shot. That's it. Just respect it. If you're at that 30, you said 30%. I say if you're shooting 34%, if he can shoot 33, 34%, we're good. We're good. I mean, the first 2 years, I think maybe the second, third year? I don't know. He was shooting 30% the last 2 years before this one, I think. So, yeah, you just want it to be like 33, 34, and teams will respect it. Just make them respect it.
Paint scoring, I think you 26 points more in paint than them tonight. Is that something that you felt has just been a constant for the offense, just to be able to get to the paint at will?
Not probably as much as a constant I'd like. I think that's where we've hurt ourselves at times. We've taken some quick shots, not put as much pressure on the rim. I thought we did a great job of that. And obviously, Keldon and Vic did a great job, and Vic did a great job screening. It's probably an underrated part of his game that doesn't get talked about enough, but he's done a really, really good job. He's really improved as a screener, his angles, timing, getting out, understanding matchups, how they guard it, all that stuff, and it's creating a ton of advantages for himself and his teammates.
We've gotten to the point that Victor has played, I think, half as many games off the bench as he has at the start of this year, and it's just so incredibly rare for a player of his stature to come off the bench. Now that it's
Well, we're the San Antonio Spurs. We do a lot of things as rarities, okay? There's no ego over here. So any other team wouldn't do it, but we're the Spurs. I think another reason why another team wouldn't do it is because they wouldn't have leverage is the wrong word. I was about to say leverage. Well, maybe it is leverage. I don't know. I don't know if I'm using that. I'm probably not using that word correctly how I want to use it. But another organization, you don't have enough to necessarily offer. And a lot of organizations also, money, right? So it's like we're gonna start them, right? Oh, we'll do anything you want, Wemby. Oh, you want to start? We'll just do anything you want. But the San Antonio Spurs, us having that history of being winners, seeing those banners hung up there every single game, every single practice, like Wemby knows what they are. He's French, like he watched Tony Parker and the San Antonio Spurs growing up. He knows what they're about, so he trusts that. Okay, you're just trying to protect me. But if you play for another organization, like a bad organization, then you have to kind of give them everything, right? Like you have to, because some teams don't really know what they're doing.
not just like a little thing that he was doing to transition back in, but it's something you guys are kind of using more regularly. How has he taken, embraced, fought, whatever it is, this role that you have him in?
You know, the kid has never embraced not one thing that we've thrown at him, and it's pretty incredible. It's probably the most impressive thing I could say about him, for all the expectations and things that just get discussed about him. We tell him what we're going to do, and he does it, and he's been great, and it gives us a whole different component when he comes off the bench, and that's not something that's going to be long term, but as we build it out, it allows him, I think, to play more organic minutes, where it's not putting so much pressure on the start of the game where he feels like he might have to squeeze certain types of production or performance into that stretch because he's not getting the totality of minutes he's used to.
I was not expecting that perspective. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, because you start off with Wemby. He's like, okay, I gotta go in. I gotta do as much as I can, and he's, letting out all the gas at once. But yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. He's trying to set a tone super early, and you don't have to do all that. Maybe Wemby should just be a bench player. Manu Ginobili. I'm just kidding. But yeah, anyways, really good stuff. Really great stuff. So I'll say this lastly, I'll say it again. If you guys would like to support your boy, please head on over to Clan the Merch Fan and get yourself some merch. I will only have the merch shop up for another 6 or 7 months, but every single buy on here will go towards me moving to Japan, because I will be moving to Japan in August, but I'll use the money towards that trip. So if you guys are interested at all in supporting, that would be great. But also I want to start plugging it way more, because I won't have it up that much longer, right? So yeah, hop on it when you can. But yeah, I appreciate it. 6-7 months. Oh yeah, 6-7. Yeah. Anyways, thank you. All right, guys, I'm hopping off. It is midnight. I said I wouldn't go live tonight, and I guess I lied to myself. So I am getting off. I'm gonna go to sleep. I appreciate all the love. Now, we already did a few videos, so I'll see how I'm feeling on Friday. I may or may not go live on Friday. I guess if there's like some big news, maybe we can go live. But if not, over the course of Saturday and the beginning of Sunday, I might just post some of the pregame tips, some of the pregame stuff from today. So anyways,